So, we're here
Welcome to the Anderson Show.
in this moment together. Is this how you're going to be? You're just not going to say anything?
I don't know. What am I going to say?
Ooh, I like how you did that. You looked towards the camera and then you looked back. Have you been practicing while we're not here?
Daddy knows what's up.
Have you been on any other podcasts before?
Yeah, I have, yeah.
How many?
I don't know, 2 or 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Were they good? Why have I not seen them?
I don't remember what they were. I think I did one with Dan at Elk Shape a long time ago. But
How long ago? Years?
yeah, years ago. Back when NW retention was a thing.
Oh.
Trying to make that work or get more exposure.
Can I ask you why you changed the name? Was it because you were trying to get rid of that prior business owner? And what was the other thing?
What else did they say? What else did they say? Yeah. Fuck. What did they say?
Was it taxes or something?
Yeah, I'm evading taxes and
yeah,
and running away from business partners and jumping states.
You're just a genuine shitbag.
I'm a piece of shit, man. Man, I'm a fucking piece of work. If only they knew the other half of it.
Where did even Invader Concepts the idea come from? Who came up with that?
Well, I'd like to say I did. I came up with the concepts part.
You came up with half the name.
Half the name. Hey, Sonny. Doing a little podcast, bud.
Who came up with the Invader part?
So you know that Invader coffee that I buy?
Oh, yeah.
So I used to work with Wes Whitlock, the guy who owns it, that and Rogue American Apparel. And I just always, ever since I was buying the coffee for years, and I used to wholesale it too, try to and sell it, I always liked the name Invader.
Yeah.
So he kind of inspired that unintentionally. He did, but so.
Yeah, let me check.
I guess I'll never be able to start a coffee company, I guess.
Am I recording here?
Not even recording there?
No, I wasn't recording.
Do your fucking job, guy.
I'm sorry. It's my personal phone. I didn't even know if I had enough room on there.
Where's our phone?
Oh, it's right there. It's charging. It's completely dead.
Right. I'm sure that's somehow my fault.
That's right. A good leader takes responsibility. You want to talk about leadership right now?
Let's talk about leadership responsibilities. Let's talk about being a leader and expressing in a very communicative way how to accomplish a task and a job, and giving all the resources needed to accomplish those tasks or jobs to a certain individual or individuals, and then those tasks not still get completed, and then still it's my fault.
Yeah, JT. Come on, man. Step it up.
Do better. Yeah. Is this thing close enough?
That's why. That's the headphones part. That's why I kind of wanted to do headphones, is so you could kind of be able to
it'll mess up my hair though.
Is that the only reason?
My flowing locks?
Oh God. I think people look cool when they wear headphones.
I think they look dorky.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
I think once you get to a high enough quality mic, well, okay. I'm pretty sure what Joe Rogan and them do, like they have like a guy who's like monitoring in real time. So if someone starts yelling, he can like pull the gain down or whatever.
Yeah, sure.
But we don't have the luxury of that option yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. I would like to have at some point a little like mini desk there with a laptop, and then we could be monitoring. I think that'd be cool. But we got to get a little bit further down the line before we get to that point.
If this thing wobbles and drive me crazy.
Like I said, they do have better mic stands at Best Buy.
I think it's this shelf. It is the shelf.
Yeah.
And my ADHD, because I can't sit still, so every time I move, it's like wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Like I said, we might need to buy you like a fidget spinner or something.
Dude, I need something.
Because an hour is a long time.
I don't think it's going to matter, because I'm always going to be like, yeah, absolutely, yeah, for sure, yeah. That's fucking awesome. Oh, yeah. Is that right? Oh, my God.
I do feel like these chairs invite you to like lean back a little bit more.
They do. My back's always hurting too, so it's always like fidget.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's not always hurting, but when I sit for too long.
I don't know what we could do. We could do a different kind of podcast where we have intermissions you can stretch on camera or something.
Just downward dog towards the camera.
You're like hanging from the ceiling or something.
Decompression.
That'd be funny.
My daughter Blakely, I'll take and hang off of something, and then I'll kind of bend my knees up, and she'll come and she'll sit on my knees and like hug my thighs and put her weight on me. And my back will go pop, 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 pop.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah, it's great. Feels good for a minute.
How about physically? Like, do you think you going to the gyms? Do you think that because you've been like trying to consistently do this fitness thing or whatever, the competition, like going to the gym that much and then just running the business, do you think you're like wearing yourself down physically? Or were you always having like struggles physically before even trying to do that?
Oh, definitely before. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm not really doing kind of am, but like I haven't been to the gym consistently for like, still haven't been consistent even committing to the show.
Yeah.
Like it took me a minute to spin up and get going. And by the time I get going, I got sick. I got sick again and again and again. So I'm like 4 weeks and just being like end to end sick, which is pissing me the off.
Yeah.
But no, it doesn't help. So I don't know. No, I was definitely tired and worn down before even committing to that. So I got to figure something out.
And why did you commit to this? Is it just a goal thing?
It's not something I always wanted to do, that's for sure. I just it was a good way to kick myself in the pants, get back in the gym.
Yeah.
Because I haven't been consistent for the last year and a half now, close to 2 years. And I'm not where I want to be physically.
Yeah.
And so I just got to make some excuses. So I was tired of the excuses I was making. So I'm busy. I'm running a business. I got 4 kids. I'm a single dad. Blah, blah, blah. Boo frickety hoo. So that's why I did it.
I've been thinking about this. Like, I've been trying to figure out for myself, like, on one hand, I don't know. Like, from the military perspective, nah, not even that. I guess, I don't know. I go back and forth on, like, is something like that a individual choice? Or is there an aspect of, like, team and community that has to be there for you to be successful? Because, like, for you, like, some people want to go to the gym with somebody, or like somebody to kind of help them stay accountable to things. And I don't know. I think the go-to mindset is like, yes, okay, you need to be able to like commit and on your own make things happen. But at the same time, I don't know if I would be where I'm at without like our group of friends. I don't think I could. Like, I did some stuff on my own, like some of the knowledge, and that took commitment of me, like watching YouTube videos and doing that forever. Excuse me. But at the same time, there's a point where you need other people to kind of to get you to hold you accountable. So, like, is it both? Is it one?
Well, at the end of the day, it can always just be one. You, right? I believe that. But at the same time, I also, like, I got a lot going on. And it sure is helpful to have some help.
Yeah.
You know, helpful to have some help. But, because I need, like the gym thing, I needed some kick in the pants. Like, my desire to do it, I didn't have a good enough why. like to go back and do it myself because I was. One second. So what happens when you're a single dad and you take your kids to work when they're not feeling good. Here. Use that to do the control. Like when I used to go by myself to the gym, if we're talking about that specifically, right? Mm-hmm. I used to do that all on my own. No one needed me. Just my burning hatred inside was enough to get me moving.
Yep.
And so I must have lost some hatred along the way. or I'm just like, or it's just a part of me now or something. But like when I was going by myself for a year and a half, and that's where I really bulked up, I didn't need anything. And you couldn't stop me from going to the gym. I didn't need a partner. Partner came in, great. Cool. But, like, I never needed shit. Like, now I feel like I do. Or either I'm weaker or more of a bitch or something. Probably.
No.
But, whoop. Hey.
I know this even for myself, though. Like, I always had the homeschooled, freckle face, growing up in a small town in Seward, Alaska, where I felt like everybody didn't even know me, didn't like me, not noticed by girls, like just that fueled me. And I would like go to the hangar on J-Bear in Alaska, and it's this big abandoned hangar, but it's a workout facility. They have like a running track and CrossFit stuff in the middle, and then like little rooms on the side with like all the weights you could ever need. Mm-hmm. And I go in there, and I would just, until there was like a pile of sweat on the floor, I wouldn't feel like I was done. Like, I had to see that, and then I'd be like, okay. And I would do it on like Friday nights, because I do like, everybody was out partying, got invited, and had this social life, and like that anger, I would visualize individuals and be like, I'm going to prove them wrong. And like, it fueled me. But then, like, I got a girlfriend, and I kind of got comfortable, and I was kind of like content with life, and like that anger kind of got taken away, and I didn't know how to be healthy while being like content, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Because it's like a lot of times, like if you're single, if you're definitely just getting your teeth knocked out all the time, it's easy to turn that into fuel. And I really struggled with, and I still struggle a little bit with, like, how do I maintain...
Hey, honey, you're interrupting.
What
is going on here? Are you playing a movie or not? Okay. Thank you, Sunny.
So, like, I see that sometimes. I think I see that in you. And maybe...
I'm just turning that down.
Even in all the stuff, like, we're transitioning. Even yesterday, talking about, like, the business is transitioning. And so, like, how do you maintain discipline? Like, it starts to be... you just start to realize that some of those things, like anger and bitterness, are a little bit of a crutch for real life. Because you can get to a point in real life where you're somewhat content with some things. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, how do I keep doing these other things to keep me healthy?
Yeah. Yeah, I can relate to that. I'm picking up what you're laying down.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't, how do you say? I don't know if I know how to be content.
I can understand that.
Like, I can get these,
Well, like, don't confuse contentment with boredom. Because I don't think...
Yeah.
Because, like, I think the thought is, if you're content, you're bored, but I think they're two separate things. I think you could be content, but you could still need to be doing something. You still need to be moving. Like, I know that for myself. Like, it's the hardest thing to go home and, like, relax. I don't relax. Like, I need a reason. Like, there has to be a reason for things.
What?
That's just me.
That's just you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't relate to that. I have no idea.
But I feel like maybe you're parameters, you're struggling to find parameters of, like, how do you still feel like you're not bored? Maybe. Like, you just need things to not be bored, because boredom is where I think you fall apart.
Oh, yeah, big time.
On everything, on business, on relationships.
Shit needs to be interesting and going hard.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's not interesting, I'm already out. And if I have to participate anyways, then I'm just like halfway to being Eeyore, just like, oh, here I am. Let's get through this and get this done, you know.
So what do you visualize then as, where do you visualize being that's content but it's not boring?
In what aspect?
In life.
In life?
Yeah. Is it the lifelong, like, forever until you die, you want to be doing business, going to the gym, making relationships with people? Like, that's a content but not boring life?
Yeah, it would be. And I need some level of action on that, right? It's not enough for me to be like, you know, I could meet the president of the United States, and that'd be cool for a second.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's a temporary cool.
It's super temporary. What I want, what gets me going and keeps me moving is I meet the president of the United States, and then we build a relationship and we start doing shit together. Yeah. I'm not saying, holding hands and walking to the park, but like new relationships, not just like, awesome, it's cool you own this cool company, right on, it's cool, and like that's it. No, I want to meet that person, establish a relationship with that person, and then do business with that person, whatever capacity that is. Even if it's on a personal level, right?
Yeah.
Like if maybe that person's got a plane, I got a plane, then we could do those plane things together, and then we buy a helicopter or some shit like that. Just that's super hypothetical, but there's got to be some kind of action figure to it.
And is that? I feel like you're competitive. I mean, that being competitive, like sports and things like that, kind of scratches that itch a little bit too.
It does, yeah. Yeah, like that softball team that I put together. Apparently, a little more competitive than I realized, and can come off as quite abrasive.
I don't understand that. I'm not a competitive person at all.
Yeah, you are.
Not really.
You're competitive about what you're passionate about.
I just want to win.
I'm not competitive.
Yeah.
I want to win.
I just want to win in certain
Everybody
things.
wants to win.
But like when it comes to sports, though, it's like I don't really care.
I mean, I don't watch sports. I don't give a shit, but I love playing them. Like, I don't like watch other people play them unless they're my kids. But like,
yeah,
I really only care about baseball, softball, baseball. Like that. I mean, I love it because like it's a big checkout. Like, it's like when I go wheeling, right? Same thing. I love it. And when I'm out there and I'm doing it, that's all I'm focused on, and that's all I care about.
Yeah.
Like I'm in the wheeler, I got some fucking cool tunes playing, and I'm fucking trying not to get stuck, and then I'm stuck, and I'm getting myself unstuck, and then back and forth, and I'm exploring, and I'm trying to pop off the road and go down this place I'm not supposed to go, and that's all I'm thinking about. Same thing with like softball. All I'm thinking about is good hip rotation, dropping those wrists forward, and cranking that sumbitch, and hitting home runs or hitting good play balls, and then rounding the bases, and then when I'm out in the field, not missing shit, picking up them balls, making them perfect throws, making those double plays. That's all I care about.
Yeah. You like picking up those balls.
We do.
Yeah, that makes sense. Although I am worried though, like part of me wonders if we just need to like kidnap you, leave you naked on an island somewhere for like 2 weeks so you could just reset
It's like
your
learn to like
system.
chill the fuck out. I thought about this too, actually. I'm like, what if I just like disappear? Like leave my phone and just like disappear. No
like,
phone, just take a stack of cash with me.
Well, but that's like every guy's like dream to be on like Bruce Wayne, where you just check out and you come back like this ripped warrior. I am vengeance.
What does he say? Fucking made in the dark. I was born in it.
Well, that's Bane, but sure.
Well, you were talking about fucking coming back. That's when he was in the hole.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. It's okay. I'm
Those look like comfortable shows. You're welcome.
These are like. This is what happens when you get uncomfortable. You just go back to your like your little like sayings. Like you have like these go-to things.
I'll start. I'll start. Yeah, just be like deflection, hardcore.
Deflect.
It's like those look like comfortable shoes, but you can run all day in shoes like that. Or I'll start talking in an accent. Mm-hmm. You'll be like, "Croc, hey, some great news you got there. Isn't that something? Man, look at them clouds over there." You know. So,
why? I feel, okay, I'm a little confused though, because like, on one hand, you want to be like busy and doing all that stuff and being like, and it's not entertained, but it's just like, you're not bored. You're in the mix. You're doing all this stuff. But then sometimes it's like, you're just like, I don't want to deal with anybody right now. I kind of want to be separate from everybody. I want to do my own thing, get stuff done.
yeah.
Because, like, even though it's not financially super beneficial for you to go to trade shows and things like that, doesn't that scratch an itch when it comes to networking and entrepreneurship and things like that?
If I'm going to trade shows as Tim and the company and, like, boots on the ground walking the show, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm like manning the show and I'm there like
if you're sitting at a booth,
dude, no, I will go to another level of depressed. I hate it. It's no. But if I'm I like doing it with somebody. Mm-hmm. You know, usually I like to try and take somebody. Usually a female.
He's not taking applications right now.
You're right. I'm not taking applications right now. Good disclaimer. No, it's just a lot easier if I have somebody, because then I have a tendency to get in my head for no reason, and I don't even know why. I think it's just like it ends up being, especially if I'm behind a booth, it turns into that I'm here at this booth for 8 days. And I got to get these numbers per day on average to hit a number that I'm comfortable with as far as just breaking even.
Yeah.
And I don't want to break even. I want to make a profit. I'll make this trip worth it. And then all of those things pile up. And then meanwhile, I'm there spending my entire fucking time, life or whatever, at this show. I can't do anything else. I'm committed to being at the show and talking to, Jim, Jen, and Jill walking through the show who want a fucking ankle holster, like I don't it's very hard to stay in my head in those situations, because like I'm super stressed about it being successful, because I got to shell out a lot of money to be there.
Yeah.
And then like I'm there and I don't have much control over traffic or who comes into the show.
Yeah.
And so like there's that aspect. So it's like if it's a slow day, there's not much traffic, it's like shit, like this is not a good sign, right? Especially like on a weekend where it's supposed to be high traffic, and then you kind of already know you're not going to make any money, but you're trying to stay out of that mindset. But it's kind of like writing's on the wall. Well, anyways,
no, I can see that. That makes sense.
but
then if at some point you could get to the point where maybe you are kind of like Grand Thumb or something like that, where maybe you can be like at the booth for a small period of time. You can say hi to people.
Right,
people
that I would
engage
love
with
that,
you.
you know, and like I love when people like come up and they're like, "Dude, you're so and so," like, you know, like I'm not the most recognized person in the industry, obviously, but like, you know, people do recognize me to a very small scale, like, and I love that.
Yeah.
I love that, you know, there's a certain level of people that, you know, look up to me because I've accomplished certain things or however they view me, which is also kind of like humbling and like nerve-wracking at the same time. It's like, you know, I'm not that special, but, you know.
Oh, you're that special.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's fair. Maybe that's why they're just sympathetic. They're just like, oh, poor Tim. He's so cute. He's so weird and just like...
But I can see that. I think it would be cool to be able to have a couple people that know the products, say here's the products, and you can go off and make connections and kind of as long as it's profitable. And I don't know what point. There's no guarantee ever.
No.
But I'm sure you could get to the point where it would be a fair bet that it's somewhat profitable to be there.
Yeah, and I'm kind of in that limbo zone where it's like, you know, I can't, like, I just don't have extra profits to lose.
Yeah.
And so it's like everything's, even just going to SHOT Show, right? It's like, you know, it's not going to cost me that much at the end of the day to go to SHOT Show. But, like, I need to walk out of SHOT Show with, you know, 10 solid leads and 2 I'm going to be able to seal a deal on later. Like, I don't have the freedom yet to just be like, I'm going to go take a trip and not have a business angle to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like every trip that I've done has an angle. And I think right now I feel like I have to be that way. Maybe I'll always be that way, but I can't like just go on a trip, go somewhere or plan something without there being some kind of business angle. Like I'm going to go make a quick list of all the dealers that are in this area, and I'm going to hit all these dealers and pitch them on wholesale my product while I'm there doing this other thing that's completely not business related. But like I'm going to use that to make sure it is business related.
Yeah.
I would like to be at the point where I don't feel the need to do that.
So, is there a way, like, for 2025, like, looking forward, is there a way where you can bake that in? Is there a baseline where you can you look at your finances? Can you look at where you're going, and can you say, okay, this is the bare minimum of where I'm at, and can you bake in waypoints of events where you can financially handle that, where they break even at the very least? Is that something you can plan for?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
Like, the business is growing, expenses are growing, everything, more money, more money, more money. But can you get to the point where you can bake in taking a little bit of that risk? And does that mean scaling down? Does that mean slowing down on some other things so that you can make those connections a reality?
I mean, yeah, like I could project, you know, what I'm going to make at the baseline that I'm at now. But it's pretty easy. Like, yeah, I could bake that in for sure. But in order to, the thing is like I can do projections and I can get a decent number and like, you know, say, okay, if I'm going to make, you know, $1 million in a month, right? I'm not making that, by the way. Not even close. But like if I wanted to make $1 million in a month, I can project and make a plan really quickly and easily on what I need to get there.
Yep.
To get to that gross number, though, the key is that in between expenses and the gross number, which aka profits, right? The bottom line. Because I can get $1 million in revenue next month if I wanted. But the thing is, I probably have to spend 1.2 to get that.
Yeah.
Right. I'd have to go into debt to get that number. So it's the efficiencies. So that I have to, the consistent the consistent flow, like right now, content, right? You know all about it because that's what you're in with, right? So to get to, to be able to do that, it's all about efficiency. So it's like if we're having, a bad quarter with advertising, that like literally has the most dramatic effect versus slimming down any other part of the operation. So like when advertising is going well, everyone's happy, everyone's getting paid, and there's profit. As soon as it's not, we're sinking.
Yeah.
Which is a shitty place to be. I don't like that volatility. I don't like that. I don't have that much control over it, right? It's not that I'm a control freak, but it's like, like I can control most parts about the business, but the income, I can control the income, but I have a hard time lately anyways, to control like the net positive, like to control how much it costs to get that customer to come in the door, that new person in the family. It's like how, I hate not being able to control that. And so like my pivot to that is, okay, 2025, we're going to keep advertising, we're going to keep scaling, we're going to hit our goal that we want, and we're going to hit it with profit. But now we're going to diversify into other product lines, and I'm going to go stupid heavy on wholesaling. I'm going to go into avenues where I don't require advertising. I require relationships. I require consistent relationship status with somebody or certain entities.
Yeah.
And so that way, in theory, if I have established over a 6-month period, 6 really big wholesale accounts or distributors, I have a consistent flow going out the door month over month on average where I'm making coin. And if I have a bad month, I don't have to, sell my house.
Yeah. And wholesale, you're still exploring the wholesalers angle right now?
Yeah. I mean, it's all doable. Holsters are always kind of for Invader concepts, the main thing, holsters, right? It's tough with wholesalers because, it's such a custom product.
Yeah.
And it's a higher end product. It's at least my company. So it's tougher to wholesale. It's still doable. It just requires work and time.
Yeah.
And that's where I just haven't given it that much time and effort because I've been direct to consumer.
Yeah.
And that's where more money's at technically because you got better margins or, if you're not overspending on ads.
But with that comes volatility.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like trading off. What do you want? Because like when it comes to a dealer, it's like you got 100 SKUs, 100 variations of however many product lines total. Got 100 SKUs. Okay, well, we know we're going to sell only out of those 100 SKUs, and it's going to look exactly the same. It's going to be one of two colors, the exact same strap size, exact same strap color, with the exact same packaging, with just a different sticker depending on whatever that SKU is. It's technically super easy to accomplish versus getting a custom order in out of the thousands of options that we have at Invader Concepts. It's a whole different story because you got to make it to order, whereas the wholesaling, like, say you're wholesaling for 3 months, you got a consistent flow. They've, all your wholesalers you've established for initial purchase have repurchased again. You're like, okay, great. They repurchased for the second time or third time. Now you can make a projection on an average in a quarter. Like, okay, they did this much in the first quarter out of all these distributors. I can now project within margins that this is what they'll order for the next year. And then I can kind of pre-make and have it set aside.
Yeah.
I can predict it within reason.
Have you, like, in the past, like, is there like entrepreneurship networking in Kalispell or in the Valley? Like, is there things where you, like, other people deal with the same things you kind of deal with? Is there like a community like that here?
I don't know. And I don't know if I'm interested to find out.
Really?
Because, like, I do a lot of business. Hold on.
Uh-oh. Who's this?
Who we got? We're kind of busy.
The door's slowly opening.
Or don't say anything.
I hear nothing. I can't see anything beyond these lights.
Anyways. Just open the door. Who's there? Oh, it's Josh.
Oh.
Is this testing?
Well, we're
Yeah,
testing
kind of, sort of.
having a mini conversation.
Okay.
But technically testing.
Please give us say hi.
Do you want, like,
Who was behind you? Chase.
who's that in the shadows?
Who the fuck else is back there?
Well, I guess this is where we wrap this up.
I guess so. What was the question we ended on?
Is networking opportunities? Is there a community
In the valley.
out there?
Yeah. And I was,
And maybe that's something that you could lead up.
Maybe. I don't.
I mean, that's definitely, that won't be boring.
Yeah, I suppose, but.
I would say my knowledge of some of the communities when it comes to some of the stuff that we do here is also a very volatile community of
Well, that's why I don't want to, because, like, there's.
all the drama.
Well, there's all the drama, and, like, most entrepreneurs are, like, not in the same headspace that I am, which I find frustrating.
There's some out there, though.
Yeah, but, like, it's easier to just find them organically.
Yeah.
Versus I don't want to go build some community or join some community where, like, oh, they have a coffee shop and I have a diner and I do landscaping. It's like,
I don't care.
I don't care.
Not in a bad way.
No, it's like I respect you, appreciate you here. We need you for the economy, but no, like I don't want to hang.
Yeah.
Because, like, usually the reason why is usually they're the same, or or they're content, whereas.
You're not.
I'm not. Like, no, okay, we made this much this year. That's fantastic. I love that. That's a 4X record from last year. We're kicking ass. Not good enough.
Yep.
Right? Like, we're going to triple it again. And then when I get there, I'm going to want to triple it again. Like, it's not going to stop. It's not going to end. And, like, that's where I clash, where it's like, I don't want to fucking talk to you. Because you're just stuck on this, I'm going to work 6 months out of the year. Then I'm going to go dick off for the winter, for my landscaping company. Like, I'm not into it. Like, there's no mindset for growth. There's no mindset for efficiencies and expansion. Not interested.
Well, I think you could build something like that, though. I think because you're a small business, there are people like that that are just probably bigger businesses, and you are growing in your clout, and I think you're going to gain... I think you have the opportunity to gain access to like-minded people. I think it's just going to take, like you said, kind of organically meeting them, and then for people to recognize what you're building and where you want to go. And that does, I think, take, honestly, sometimes doing things like this, but also meeting people in person so that they can, because like they see your ad, they're not going to get that in your ad. They're not going to get your drive from your ads.
No.
They're going to get your drive from having personal conversations with you.
Yeah, fair. I concur. Well, guess that sums up test episode number 1 of the Anderson Show.
Yeah.
Thanks for stopping by. Remember, check out.
And the audience claps.
Go to InvaderConcepts.com.
Where quality is a choice.